Hey Michelle, how we doing today?
Doing good, doing lots of things, staying busy.
I love it. Yeah, tell us a little bit about your background, your discipline, and how everything's been going so far.
So I graduated from PT school in 2013. And ever since then, I've been in the acute care setting from a level one trauma center to now I've scaled back because the commute was too rough. And I'm now at a local hospital here per diem. And even now, I feel like life is really taking a hold on me, and I wanted an opportunity to be able to have more time in my life for my family, my kids. Um, and so that's what I've been doing. I've done home health like 10 years ago, just on the side to make extra money for my wedding coming or our wedding coming up, and then got back out of it. And then once this opportunity hit up, I was like, what's another like thing to take on? So I tried getting back into home health again, and the whole world has changed since then from 10 years ago, but it's still something that was, I would say, was easy-ish to pick up. It was like getting back on a bicycle.
Yeah, I love hearing that. And I remember when you were like, "Yeah, I did it in 2015." I'm like, "Things have changed, Michelle. Things have
Just
changed."
a little bit.
So, yeah. So, okay, cool. Well, it's crazy. I looked this up before we hopped on here. Um, you've only been in the program for 60 days so far. Like, what would you say was your first big win, and when did that happen?
Shoot. My first big win was probably about a week into our onboarding call. So a week after our first onboarding call, in which I had gotten an agency to interview me as an independent contractor. And then I gave them my rates, and there wasn't much back and forth. They were immediate to say yes to my contract and hired me on.
That was awesome. I remember you posted it in the Slack channel. We were messaging about it. And I remember those rates were really good too. Like what were some of those rates that you were able to get?
So let me pull that up here because I've just been kind of back and forth with multiple agencies. Sorry. So with my first agency, I was able to sign with them for a start of care at 249, an evaluation at 139, I'm sorry, a start of care, research, resumption of care, Oasis, DC Oasis, all at $249. The eval reassessments and discharges at $139. The follow-up would be 129. And then the other stuff like hourly rates for meetings, which I'll be attending. I won't do it for, I mean, I won't have my staff under me go for $60 non-visit DC Oasis, $29, and missed visits, $24.
It's an awesome first contract.
Yeah, and I do have to shout out one of the other members in the program who not only was able to share with us his win, so since he was in a neighboring county to me, I kind of modeled my rates after him. With his permission, we talked offline. We messaged each other about how things are going in our state, and he gave me the okay to kind of model his rates. And then even after that, I was able to refer him to an agency that was looking for something in Central Valley, and then he gave me a referral for an agency that was looking for help in the Bay Area. So yeah, that was also kind of a win inside of a win of being able to help others within the community that we're in, and receive some help too. So yeah, that was really
Super
cool.
cool. I That's like the power of the community right there at its best. So that
Right.
was super awesome to see. That's super
Yeah,
cool.
I
Uh,
love how in this program there's no gatekeeping. Everyone is there to help each other. Everyone is congratulating each other's wins, and we're all really supportive of each other.
yeah, I love it too. It's so cool to see all the wins and like, especially for me. I remember you posted something and I was in Hawaii with my family. Like I'm like going to my wife, like, oh my God, like look what just happened. This is so cool. And I'm sure my wife was like, what are you talking about? But I just got so excited.
She's like, there's the Hawaiian sunset in front of us. What are you doing on your
a,
phone?
a hundred percent. But I got something out. I was very excited for it. So super cool. Well, look, that was really fast. 1 week in, great rates, got that contract. I know you've signed several. Like, how many agencies were 60 days in now? How many agencies have you signed?
I have one, two, three, four agencies right now. I have a fifth one that's going back and forth with me on rates. I'm holding steady, listening to your modules to keep me confident and keep my business mind, straightforward.
Four, potentially five soon. Super fast. That's amazing. What about on the therapist side and recruiting?
Yeah, I have myself, and luckily I have a friend, my best friend who's in home health. She'd been doing it for a year, so that was helpful because you and we've been doing a lot of this coaching over Zoom, online, on Slack, but also having someone in person that she would show me um like how to document, and eventually I hired her on as my first therapist. We kind of joke around how I call her like my senior executive lead therapist, like just all the administrating director, CEO, no, not CEO, but like I give her all the executive type names because I couldn't have done it without her
Get
either.
her, get her the business card made.
I know, just like one really, really, really long line
Really long title.
title. Yeah.
Well, that's super exciting. So you already got one, and I think you said you're in the process of bringing on another or two people too. Is that right?
Yeah. So I have a PTA who um it was just a matter of timing. Like I am interested in hiring him. He's down to work with me, but I went out of town, he went out of town. So it was just kind of missing each other's schedules. But we are set to meet this Sunday for me to give him his onboarding packet and sign everything to get the ball rolling because I have like I said, I have like starter cares and PT evaluations left and right. And so even the PTA of the agency that I'm working with, the PTA is saying that he's slammed. And so he would love to have some help with another PTA. So yeah, I'm hoping to get him
Great.
on board ASAP. And then outside of that, I have in another region in Santa Rosa, which is the I'm sorry, the region that is really far to me, but was an agency that I wanted to hire on with. Um, I reached out to a PT up there and a PTA up there. Um, and uh, things are moving along. I'm waiting for the PT, I'm waiting for an evaluation referral out there so that she can shadow me. And then for the PTA, she is doing a traveling contract. So once she's done in November, then she's game to on board.
Cool. That's awesome because I remember when you signed that agency, the rates were really, really good, and you're like, it's a bit further away, but this is the whole play. Like you got the contract, you get the referrals out there, and then you plug in this PTA. You don't have to go out there anymore, but your company still grows out there. I mean, that's the whole thing.
Right, right. From what I'm hearing and from when I've interviewed other PTs and PTAs is that there's totally a need out there. And so I can see why the agency was so relieved when they found me and when I said that I could cover that area, albeit, it's something that I want to do right now. I might not be able to cover that area all the time, but that's the reason why I want to, start hiring out there.
For sure. Well, that's awesome. Um, I know you're still at the hospital. You started this thing saying like you wanted more time with your family, which is, why you decided to get into home health again. Um, what's going on like with the hospital, with the schedule there?
It's I feel like I'm really blessed to have the opportunity that I'm at right now because it's a per diem schedule. So, for example, today I went and saw a patient first thing in the morning near me, and then I went to the hospital. I saw a couple patients, and then I went to my next few evaluations after that. So it's doable. It might not be doable in the long run, but as much as I love the hospital, I love the career that I've built over the past 12 years working in the hospital. I know that my priorities have shifted and I want to be home more with my family. I feel like with this opportunity, with running a home health staffing company, it still allows me to be in the thick of our profession I'm still doing one-on-one care with patients. I haven't let go of that. I'm still being able to advocate for therapists um by setting the rates that I think that we deserve, and also being able to train. Back when I was in the hospital, I was a clinical instructor, and so I loved taking on students. I loved taking on volunteers. So I look forward to, once I hire these therapists and therapy assistants, I look forward to training them, whether it's going to be on the field or, having a Zoom meeting just like this where I can teach them how to do the documentation. So it still allows me to use my PT brain, and I don't feel like the past 12 years I've put into my career have been wasted. Like, this is all that has built me up for this now.
Yeah, you're a company owner. As your priorities change, you want more time at home, you want more time with your family. Like, you're 60 days in, you got four agencies, you got a therapist, you got two more, three more, like right around the corner, it sounds like. Do you quickly see, if you decide to, like, the road to decreasing the time at the hospital and having this be the full time, having more time at home with your family?
Yeah, I feel like this will allow me to be able to 100% see my way out of the hospital. Not to say that I love the hospital that I work at. I love my coworkers there. And at the same time, working throughout COVID and just the backbreaking work that we do as healthcare workers in the hospital, it really runs you down. And I feel like it was a great time in my life to be able to build up that experience. And now I'm ready to part with that and advocate for the profession in a different way.
Super cool. Super cool. Yeah, what would you say something like you're particularly proud of that's kind of happened since joining?
Oh gosh, something that I'm proud of. Um, Let me think about this for a second. Because I just have to be kind of candid with you. This is probably the hardest week yet. In the 60 days, it was one of the most emotional ones. It's been really challenging. Um, Gosh, you know what? Like right now is the proudest moment because I was really scared of today, to be honest. It was I had a lined up day of seeing patients at the hospital, seeing my home health patients, running everything behind the scenes, like receiving emails about contract negotiations and being that the contact person for the scheduler of the agencies and, who's taking what. And then also being the contact person for my PT right now that I have hired. And then on top of that, having some time for some business coaching with you. This is a lot on my plate, and I didn't think I would get through today. Honestly, I thought I was going to mess up somewhere. But the fact that I can do all this, it has given me more reassurance that this is what I meant to do.
Congratulations. That's super cool. I'm proud of you. Like it's
Thank
a
you.
huge accomplishment and you are doing a ton right now and it's a lot to juggle a brand new business, especially at the speed you're going
Yeah,
and the hospital, having a family and like it can be a lot in the very beginning and you're managing it also. It's huge. Congratulations.
thank you. And I do want to say too, I think I mentioned to you before how my parents, they were healthcare entrepreneurs, right? My mom has a string of care homes, and jumping into this, they I really modeled, or I wanted to model what they did, and trying to live on their legacy. Um, and so thinking about how proud they are of me too is gives me some self-confidence in its own. And also, sorry, going back to my first thought, um, they were conveniently out for a month and a half um out of the country in the Philippines for vacation. So it was like the hardest times that I needed them. They, not that they weren't available, but it was just really hard to communicate with them. And I was hoping to kind of get a little bit of mentoring and some advice from them, but essentially I couldn't because we were on different time zones. So it really forced me to have it in myself to go at it on my own. And when they came back, I told them all the progress that I had made, and they were truly happy for me and proud of me. So I love to continue on that legacy.
That's beautiful. I remember when we first did our first call, you talking about your mom, and she had this industry. She'd been in this industry a long time with that business. So super cool that you're quickly scaling yours, and like she sees that. I mean, she's got to be super proud.
Yeah, yeah. She would tell me about how she literally built her business from the ground up, and she was seeing the patients herself too before she eventually hired on and, took on more of the admin work. And now she's taking month-long vacations in the Philippines because she can, because that's how successful her business has been. So I aspire to be that successful, and it seems like it could happen sooner than I would think.
For sure, for sure. You're off to an awesome start. Um, well, last question I got for you. What would you say to anyone who's kind of on the fence about potentially joining the program?
And whether or not you think you're ready, you it's kind of like parenting. You're never really ready to be, you might know this, like you're never really ready to be a mom or a dad, but once you're into it, you will find out that you have it in you to do it. I I feel like I'm the last person to be able to do this. So sometimes I get really highly anxious about having all this on my plate, and doing all the work, not knowing what comes next. But you don't know what you're capable of until you put yourself in that in this program, the uh in the occasion, and you rise to the I have risen to the occasion, and you won't know unless you try. That's all I got to say.
Awesome. Well, it's been super, super cool to watch your success 60 days in. I can't wait to see what's around the corner, especially with these hires. And yeah, thank you so much for talking to me about this today.
Yeah, thank you, Zach. Thank you, truly. Your mentorship and your guidance has been out of this world, and I really appreciate just the group calls and the emails, the back and forth of you looking over my contracts. It really helps give me some direction and also just some reassurance that I'm on the right path.
Awesome. You're definitely on the right path.
Thank you.